All right, if you're headed to the movies this weekend, a new film is on the horizon. Today we're talking about the latest film release in the Scream franchise and the nominations also for the Screen Actors Guild. Tom Santilli, film critic, co-host, and executive producer of Movie Show Plus is here now with your weekend movie watch list. Hey, Tom, good to see you again.
Hey, you too, man. How's it going, Kevin?
Good. So this is all about Scream. It's the one big movie that's coming out in theaters this weekend, and that's got everybody talking. What do people need to know about this new Scream?
Yeah, so although it's just called Scream for some reason, this is really Scream 5. And of course, if anybody follows the Scream movies, they know that they know kind of what to expect. It's like a meta experience where they're going to talk about the genre of horror. They're going to poke fun at itself while trying to deliver some scares along the way. This is the first in the franchise that is not directed by Wes Craven, the legendary horror master who died a few years ago. And it's the first film in the Scream franchise since 2011 with Scream 4. I actually had a chance to hear from the stars of the film, the old stars. There's a lot of new talent in this as well, but Neve Campbell returns, as does David Arquette and Courtney Cox. And here are the three of them from the original. They've appeared in all of the movies. Here are them talking about their characters and the experience of being in Scream.
People approach me often and tell me that Sydney gave them strength, that she was an underdog who overcame, that she was not a victim. And as a female actress in this kind of film also, it's really nice to get to play a character like that, like a heroine who is not a victim in any way and does overcome.
When Scream came out, it was just such a unique film. The horror genre had kind of, it felt like it had been played out a little bit, and all of a sudden Kevin Williamson writes this script where he, poked fun at other horror films, and there was a lot of humor in it, and it was so scary. And I just think it was a big part of pop culture.
I'm really excited for audiences to see this incredible world that they've been a part of for 24 years and these characters that they've loved, and to see how they've, progressed and where they're at. And and I'm excited to scare them. I'm excited for them to laugh, and I'm excited for them to see this new group of incredibly wonderful actors.
Yeah, I was telling you before the break, like I was watching David Arquette do his morning show, talk show rounds, and he's a fun guy to listen to in his interviews. But the movie so far has gotten some good reviews. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I was kind of middle on this. I would be like a slight thumbs down personally, but it's the kind of movie that I appreciate that if you are a fan of the Scream franchise, you're probably going to like this movie. For me, I felt like it was more of a wannabe. The Scream films in the past have been so smart and so sharp at poking fun at the genre itself, and it keeps us on our toes, right? It points out what people normally do in a horror movie. So we're kind of looking at it from that frame. But this one, it raises some cool things about toxic fandom and social media and things like that, but it doesn't really say anything about them. And the scares are kind of repetitive too in this one. That all being said, I think there is enough here that makes it recognizable as Scream, and therefore people that go to watch Scream in the theater are going to be happy with this one.
Maybe it'll add to the Scary Movie franchise too. Those movies that came out following it.
Yeah, those are always cool.
Well, people, of course, and rightly so, they might be a bit tentative to go out to movie theaters right now. Is Scream only in theaters, or do you know if it's going to be available to stream soon?
Yeah, so Scream, this movie is only in theaters at the moment. It's a Paramount Pictures movie, which means, though, that after 45 days, it will show up on Paramount Plus. So if you are a little tentative or don't really want to make your way out to the movie theater to see this weekend, you can wait, and it'll be there in 45 days on Paramount Plus if you have that service.
And those that might be going to the theater, I think you have some good news for them. There might be some giveaways too.
Yeah, so we're giving away, we have on our website, if you go to movieshowplus.com, on the main page, there's a sign up for our free e-newsletter. We're selecting people that sign up for the newsletter. We're giving away 5 pairs of tickets to see Scream. They're Fandango passes, so you can go, you and a guest can go to watch Scream at the theater of your choice via Fandango. We'll be handing those out next week, and you'll be notified via email. So sign up if you're watching this, if you want to go see Scream.
That's a good deal. And movies, they ain't cheap anymore either. So that's a great deal.
That's true. Absolutely.
Before we go, we want to talk about the Screen Actors Guild too, and some of the nominations. They were released Wednesday. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, all the buzz right now of the Screen Actors Guild, of course, that's one of the major indicators because it's actors voting for other actors. The big buzz is that Kristen Stewart was left off of this list for her role as Princess Diana in Spencer. The internet's all ablaze for this. Lady Gaga got a nomination instead of her for House of Gucci. So there's some controversy there, as there always is. I mean, let's face it, every year there's a couple snubs. But Kristen Stewart was expected to win the Oscar for Best Actress, let alone not receive a SAG nomination. Nobody has ever won an Oscar and not been nominated for SAG, so that's a little bit telling. But yeah, people can check that out online as well. The SAG nominations are all out there in categories across movies and television.
Hey, Tom Santilli, we appreciate you as always being here with us. Film critic, co-host, and executive producer of Movie Show Plus. Hope you have a great weekend, Tom.
You as well, Kevin. Thank you, man.